Okay, there's actually a lot happening right now. Oh, there's a turret. There's like a tank somewhere. Why is there a tank here? How are you still alive? Is it out of ammo? I think it's out of ammo. I thought it was out of ammo, but no, it's not. Okay. No, it's not over yet. Hello one and all, Mickey here, Surviving RNG, and welcome back to Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead Impossible Mega City Random Runs. Yeah, last run, that was a bit of a show, wasn't it? That spore debuff, whatever it's called, giving -7 speed for every limit touches for like a day, even if you're one with the Micas. Oh man, that sucks. That absolutely got us killed. Like 100% got us killed. But let's see if this run we can have that same excuse, or a similar excuse. The world was Hub City New 4. The settings are going to be exactly the same as last time, which is the same as I've done for all of these Mega City runs, except removing the gun mods. So, instead of creating a new world, all we're going to do is reset it, and this will regenerate the world. It won't be the same world, it'll just use the same settings to regenerate a new world. So let's do that. And done. And now, custom character, Hub City New 4, freeform, and scenarios can be missed. Okay, profession. We need to roll a number between 1 and 135. 27. Cyber Junkie. Interesting. Whoops, wrong button. Okay, so we don't get any special traits. Not that we've had any special traits from the profession we started as, but we do get skills. Electronics, first aid, and computers level 1. Well, electronics and computers for these kind of runs, where the run's only going to go for a maximum of 2 seasons, they're going to be pretty useless. But first aid level 1, that's decent. I think you can make bandages or splints, I can't remember. But it is something, it's helpful. And then clothing. Tank top, pair of socks, briefs, shorts, pair of low top tennis shoes, backpack, handy, very handy, and wristwatch. And then the items we start with, cell phone, handy as well, 20 aspirins, 3 anesthetic kit, and a pocket knife. Okay, so clothing is above average, I suppose, because you get a backpack, and you start with, you know, basic stuff, shoes, watch, that kind of thing. Items are good as well, having aspirin, a light, and a knife, great. Unfortunately, we get a bunch of CBMs, and I say unfortunately for a reason. So we get metabolic interchange. That is, hands down, the best power generation CBM in the game. But you got to use it sparingly, because if you overdo it, you can end up starving yourself. Sensory dulling, again, definitely top tier. Sensory dulling is essentially using power to give you painkillers, so that is really, really good. Internal climate control is okay, I suppose. Yeah, I suppose when it gets cold, we could use power to keep ourselves warm. Unfortunately, now we get 3 bad bionics. The first is itchy metal thing. So this is one of the best or worst, I don't know which way I'm thinking here. It's not that bad is what I'm trying to say. What this does is it'll bother you. It'll affect your mood. It'll interrupt what you're doing. Things like construction or crafting or reading. You'll get a message saying you stopped doing what you're doing because you scratched your itchy metal thing. Which, I mean, when you put it like that, ew. But we've got 2 that are actually really bad. Not the worst in the game, but definitely bad. Now, I don't 100% know which one this is, but I would suspect, like the next one I'm going to talk about, Leaky Bionic, I suspect the Bionic Short Circuit is at random, you'll get a shock. Now, I don't know if that shock will do damage. It might do, I don't know. But what I can almost guarantee is it will drain power and potentially even cause pain. Those 2 I can bet it will do, but as for actual physical damage, I'm not sure. But speaking of physical damage, we've got the Leaky Bionic. Now this one I definitely know does damage. This one, like the previous one, at random, one of your badly installed bionics, in this case the Leaky Bionic, it leaks acid. Yeah, so that's exactly what you'd think it is. It causes pain, it causes damage, and I think, not 100% sure about this one, I think it also leaves a puddle of acid on the ground. At least, you know, temporarily, like normal acid, it evaporates eventually. So yeah, those 3 aren't great, and unfortunately having bad bionics installed actually affects your health rating, and it affects it negatively exponentially. So the longer you have these installed, the lower your health rating becomes, which to survive 2 seasons, I don't know, it shouldn't be a problem. Maybe, we'll see, but we will need to remove these. Unfortunately, unlike when you install a CBM, installing them isn't as much of a big deal. If you succeed, of course, no problem, but if you fail, normally you'll just waste the CBM, you'll lose it, and also waste the anesthetic you used. And oh, sensory dulling can be used to install and uninstall CBMs without anesthetic. Awesome. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, definitely a top tier CBM, that one. But yeah, if you fail to install a CBM properly, one of 2 things can happen. You can either, as I said, lose a CBM and the anesthetic you used, or you can critically fail, and instead of installing the CBM or losing it, you actually install a random negative CBM instead. For example, itchy metal thing, bionic short circuit, or leaky bionic. Then you have a different problem to deal with, because removing any CBM, positive or negative, has its its own risk. Now, when you remove something, if you succeed, great, remove, not a problem. If you fail, of course, you're going to waste the anesthetic, which you will need to remove stuff. Thankfully, we won't because we've got sensory dulling, as long as we've got power, which with metabolic interchange shouldn't be a problem. But if you fail to remove something, you can then take a hefty amount of damage. Now, I don't know what the maximum limit of that damage is. I believe it's about 85, I think. And I'll have to research this before I do the series, because this is really important. Because I think with a strength of 9 and above, being on max health means rolling the maximum amount of damage that you would get for failing to remove a CBM will not kill you. Very important. If you're underneath that threshold, it has a chance, of course, for that damage to overflow your health and kill you instantly. So we'll have to see what stats we roll when we do roll them. But we have 3 more CBMs. Endocrine Innovator. I don't know what that one is. Yeah, I don't know. Is that even a positive one? I don't know. Because Visual Disruptor has me worried. I actually think this is a negative one. Motor Control Overstimulator. Oh, is that an... Oh my god, are these all negative? Oh no. Motor Control Overstimulator sounds bad. If it was just Motor Control Stimulator, that sounds great. But Overstimulator gives me the impression this is actually bad. Visual Disruptor, of course, also sounds bad. It sounds like it's going to blind you at random for a random amount of time. And Endocrine Innovator, yeah, I don't know about that one. I suspect this is going to affect your health, like even more so. Are you kidding? Do we have 6 bad CBMs? Oh my god, I thought it was just these 3. Ooh, this is basically like the, where is it? Failed Cyborg. And I'm sure there's another one called Broken Cyborg. It's pretty much the same thing, except the only difference is, unlike the Failed Cyborg and Broken Cyborg, we actually get positive CBMs. And sensory dulling is huge. That is absolutely huge. Both being able to give ourselves power by exchanging calories that are stored into power, and having sensory dulling so we can uninstall CBMs completely at will is amazing. We just need to pray that we roll enough strength to give us enough health so the maximum damage that we would take when we try to uninstall a CBM doesn't reach our maximum health. That is a problem. But yeah, we also get Power Storage Mark II. Yeah, great. Okay, well, we get to our first Cyber Warrior, and not a great one either. But hey, first aid and computers, that's good. You need first aid and computer skill, or at least the higher the better. Increase your chances of installing or uninstalling CBMs. But yeah, 1-1, not great. That's not great. We definitely need books to actually have a good chance to uninstall these. Anyway, let's move on to the traits. All right, traits is simply slow healer. There you go. The rest of the traits we do when we land, if you want to call it. Stats. Let's roll everything to 4 and then generate 18 numbers between 1 and 4. Go. All right, so, oh no, 1 is strength, isn't it? 1 is... Oh, okay, yeah, we're boned. Yep, we're boned. We're absolutely boned. We have a grand total strength of 6, which gives us base HP of 78. And as I said, I'm pretty sure the maximum damage you can take when removing CBMs is 85, 84. So to have the threshold of strength, let's see how far we'd need. Yeah, I think it is 9 strength. Yeah, I think at 8, you have that tiny chance to actually die when removing a CBM, because you could roll 85 damage, I think. But I do know 9, yeah, 9 strength would have given us enough health to guarantee that we would survive as long as we were on max health when we did the operation. 6 on the other hand, oh man. I was actually thinking, how awesome would it be if we actually managed to remove even 1 CBM? But it's not gonna happen now. We can't even try. Dexterity of 8, that's kind of crap as well. Intelligence of 11 though, wow. Like with first aid and computing skill, the other thing that is used when installing or removing CBMs is intelligence, and 11 is very high. And 9 perception, which is borderline enough to have 3 tiles of vision at night, which is honestly the most I can hope for. So those are our stats. Perception is good, as I said, the best I could hope for, enough to give us night vision of 3 tiles. Intelligence is a hope. It's a hope, as it says here, installing bionics. It gives me hope that we can actually uninstall something, but it's never going to happen. With a strength of 6, no, we can't. I mean, if I did the maths quickly, if 85 is the damage that you take maximum when you're uninstalling a CBM, I think, and if the range of the damage is even, what is that, like a 10% chance to die on a failed CBM uninstall? It's about a 10% chance to die. Like, instantly, just drop dead, you failed. Anyway, skills. Oh, it's going so well already. Give me 10 numbers between 1 and 27. Okay, what do we get? And those are our skills. Do we get a melee skill? Yes, cutting. And we start with a knife. Although cutting weapons aren't that great. I much prefer bashing. But it's something, I suppose. We have dodging as well. Good. We're on low health. We'll need it. Cooking as well. It's useful, I suppose. Archery, I don't know if we'll do that. With a night vision of 3 tiles? Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know. Handguns 2, doubt we're going to use it. Marksman 2, if we use archery, we might do. Shotguns 2, doubt it. Swimming 3. So this is skill number 23 that we rolled twice. And of course it had to be swimming, that we will never ever use. And trapping, as you guys saw by Guns Run in the crypt of that church, traps, they're just not as useful. I think high level traps that are powered, like by gasoline engines and stuff like that, they're really good. But just normal traps is actually beneficial to fight zombies, taking the damage and dealing the damage just to level up instead of letting the traps do the work, especially seeing as those traps will be able to do nothing against high level enemies. Anyway, skills pretty useless, especially seeing as we didn't get computing or first aid. Those were the important ones. Now we need to roll a name, a number between 1 and 71. 64. Cyberboy 2000. Oh, I'm sorry, buddy. You are a long way from Invisible Ink right now. Although, having said that, you've got a lot of CBMs installed. It's exactly like the implants in Invisible Ink. He has been hitting those facilities hard. Right, and lastly, the starting location. One number between 1 and 12. 4. Grocery store. Okay, so there I was thinking. I thought the starting location was purely based on your starting scenario, but I was wrong about that. The starting scenario only chooses areas that are suitable within your starting region, which would make sense because we have 2 grocery stores, 2 zoos, 2 golf courses. Okay, well, grocery store it is. Okay, Cyberboy, low strength, low health, decent perception, high intelligence, and just scattered skills all over the place. And I'm guessing first aid and, was it computing? Yeah, and electronics. They don't show up here for some reason. Okay, sure. Well, here we go. Wow, seriously? Seriously? Ugh. Okay, and we're back. Wow, I've reset the world, I've done everything again. All the stats and skills should be the same. I didn't actually check the recording, but it should be, and if it's not, I can always use the debug menu to change it to whatever it needs to be. And how did I not see this? Cyber Junkie, Cyberboy. It's literally in the name. How did I not draw that link? Okay, well, try again. Okay, that's a lot of zombies there. And what the hell is with your face? What are you wearing? You got a Smith & Wesson, you're gonna be loud. Leather pants, tank top, stockings, pair of boots, leather gloves, trench coat, Kevlar vest, filter mask, sunglasses, football helmet, long wool scarf, leather backpack, wristwatch, and leather backpack. Do you have 2 leather backpacks? Okay, sure. Well, Joe, before we talk to you, and yes, I know, guys, I know these characters have no, like, facial hair. Cyberboy, if you're watching, let me know in the, oh, actually, I was gonna say let me know in the comments below, but I might actually record this entire series and have it all edited and half released before you'd have a chance to comment, Cyberboy. Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do about that. I was gonna say you can just pick whatever haircuts here, but you know what, I'll do it. Let's just roll the hair and facial hair and skin color like we do everything else. 1 out of 37, 14. You get a mohawk, blonde, sure, and there it is. Skin color, 1 of 5. Number 4, rose. Okay, and you look like that. Mohawk, actually pretty fitting for a cyber junkie. Then facial hair, 1 out of 25. 25. It is the Zapper. You've got a wide soul patch and a full moustache that extends a bit downwards at the corners of your lips. Well, there you go. That is... Oh, that's a terrible look. Oh, the mohawk, I was feeling it. I was, but the Zapper, oh, yeah, that's not a good look. Okay, well, it is finally time to roll those CBMs. Give me 8 numbers between 1 and 599. Okay, 393. First one you get is feathered arms. Visual 8, ugly 2. I don't know what that means. Your arms have grown vibrantly coloured feathers. They effectively waterproof your arms and take the edge off hits, but rarely get in the way. They're simply too small to get you in the air. So it sounds like it's purely positive. So waterproofing on the arms, it doesn't say it keeps us warm though. After we get somewhere safe, I might have to get naked and check the temperature rating on the arms, and takes the edge off the hits. Okay, feathered arms, here it is. 50 neutral protection for the arms, 10 for the hands. What does that mean, neutral protection? Is that like weather resistance, I guess? Neutral protection. Maybe it's cold or heat? I don't know. But gives left and right arm 1 bash protection. Not the hands, just the arms. So it's something. But it says down here, adds permanent encumbrance to the following locations. Left arm 20, right arm 20. That is huge. 20, are you kidding me? That is insane. Why do we get so much encumbrance? There is no encumbrance right now. I'm guessing we have to tick over a turn. Oh, damn it. Let's just talk to you first. Get out of the way. Talk. Can I do anything for you? Tell me about it. I'll do it. Can you spare any equipment? Persuade, 100%. Molotov cocktail. I mean, okay. Alright, so the reason why I want to talk to him first is because I'm going to tick over time. Oh, save mode. Tick over time. Are you an idiot? Are you a moron, Joan Vance? And there I thought you'd be an idiot because you got Smith & Wesson. No, first thing, just lob a Molotov cocktail. Burn this place to the ground. This food here makes no difference. We don't need food. Where we're going, we don't need food. All right, now it's updated. Okay, so I guess it's updated. Time has ticked over. There is no encumbrance in the arms. But it says here, adds permanent encumbrance to the following locations, left arm 20, right arm 20. That is extreme, especially when it says, oh, and it's red. It's actually red. It's a negative, not a positive. Oh my God, I'm an idiot. I am blind and dyslexic, but really get in the way. Not rarely get in the way, really get in the way. So this is bad. This is really bad. For one bash in the arms and for minor water resistance, this is really bad. I don't know why it's not showing that we have 20 encumbrance in the arms. Maybe because this is clothing. Oh crap, it is showing. Oh. Yeah, if I go back to here, as you can see, torso is yellow because we've got 10. Arms are yellow even though we've got 0, but we don't actually have 0, we have 20. Okay, so feathered arms, absolutely. Okay, great start. Let's move on to the next one. Rarely get in the way. 96. Okay, so issues. How I count the numbers, in case you're wondering, given that there are like 600 possibilities here, I have it written down here. Number 100 is narcoleptic. Number 200 is slime hands. Number 300 is prime perception. Number 400 is 8 tentacles. And I don't need to know what number 500 is because I think it is the second CBM, I think. But the point is, I have it written down what the thresholds are, so I can easily work out what the results are. So, like 393 here, I would count from prime perception down to 93 for 393. But narcoleptic here should be from fleet-footed down 100 to narcoleptic. But the problem is, number 100 is prey animal, which means in the updates they have added mutations. So I'm going to change this now, and feathered arms we keep. It doesn't matter what the correct number is. We're going to keep that now. That's stuck. It's set. But I will update this now so it's actually correct. Okay, and I'm back. Wow, what a pain. So we have a new number. No new CBMs, but we have 9 new mutations for a grand total of 608. So, unfortunately, this gets re-rolled, except for the first one, because the first one we already applied it, it sticks. And just out of curiosity, what was 96? Trigger happy. On rare occasions, you go full auto when you intended to fire a single shot. Not really positive or negative, to be honest, but that means we roll 7 from 1 to 608, and go. Okay, 588. That is definitely a CBM. Okay, thank God, something good. Integrated tool set. Yes, please. You can never go wrong with that. And I never checked, actually. Now that we're here, itchy metal thing. A bionic of some sort, so badly installed that you cannot even tell what it was supposed to be. Sometimes it itches horribly. Bionic short circuit. A poorly wired bionic which fails to serve its intended purpose. This malfunctioning device periodically short circuits, causing systemic muscle tremors. What does that do? Does it do damage? Does it eat up energy? Systemic muscle tremors. Does it affect our dexterity? Maybe. Leaky bionic. This botched piece of bionic hardware slowly leaks electrolytic compounds, piezoelectric nanomaterials, and other high-tech contaminants into your bloodstream. Needless to say, this is not good for your health. Yeah, so this can be the biggest impact to our health status. And when it gets low enough, we're going to stop healing and go to sleep. Endocrine innovator. Through a combination of psychochemical manipulation and old-fashioned electrical nerve stimulation, this malfunctioning bionic, oh my God. For a second there I thought, is this something good? No, it's not. Alters your brain chemistry in such a way as to cause fatigue. You'll find yourself tiring a bit faster than before. So this is the sleepy time broken bionic. Visual disruptor. Oh, I know what this one is. A malfunctioning bionic which causes occasional visual distortion and pixelation. So it doesn't cause pure blindness, although it might impact our perception, which will decrease our night vision. It causes visual distortions and pixelation. So visual distortion, does that mean hallucinations? Maybe? Motor control overstimulation. The last one. One piezoelectric solenoid surgically installed backwards. 2 cross wires and 4 burnt out capacitors later, you started falling on your face and writhing around at the least convenient time. Oh no. This incorrectly configured bionic periodically stuns you for a short duration. Oh, they're all so bad. Oh, they're all so bad. Oh, they're so bad. So we've got the stun broken bionic, we got the hallucinations broken bionic, we've got the sickness broken bionic, we've got the sleepy time broken bionic, we've got the sickness broken bionic, we've got the muscle tremors broken bionic, don't know what that does, and we've got the itchy broken bionic. Great, that's great, awesome. Well, onto our third trait, 195, we get Marlos rejection. Ever since you had that life-threatening reaction to that Marlos junk, you can't bear the thought of ever eating again. Well, I mean, it's not an innate perk. like the threshold perks. They're just a title. This now makes us like allergic to Micah's food, which is so ironic given the last run we did. That is so ironic. I was cycling through these going, oh no, 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 no. Then we got to here and I was like, okay, that's okay, it's fine. I was worried that these would have a condition requiring different perks that would in turn require their own different perks that would lead us to being Micah's again. But okay, we can't eat Micah's food. Not a problem. 426. So this is the threshold perk prototype, like Survivor, Arachnid, Cephalopod, Prime, Fae, Chaos Raptor. Yes, this gets rerolled. That doesn't actually do anything. Give me a number between 1 and 608. 345. High thirst. Oh, that's outstanding. That is just, oh, so good. Your body dries out easily. You need to drink more water. That is, oh, beautiful. Yeah, that's great. Awesome. Considering the thing that got Guns killed was being a tiny bit thirsty, decreasing his speed a tiny amount, being compounded by also being cold, that got him caught by a feral predator. Oh, man. Oh, that sucks. You know what? It could have been very thirsty or extremely thirsty, so it's not as bad. All right, next one, 603. That is a CBM. Head alloy plating. I mean, it's good. It's definitely good. It gives 3 bash and cut protection. I mean, okay, yes, that's cool. That is one of the 2 key locations on our body that when it reaches 0, we die. So it's something. Next up, 484. Oh, this is outstanding, this is. I was actually thinking that would either be like the debug ones that would get re-rolled, or the NPC stuff that would also get re-rolled. But no, it's antsy. Antsy is, you can't bear to stay still for long. Your morale will suffer unless you constantly explore new territory. So, no sitting home at base, you know, trying to read or, God forbid, heal. That'd be nice. If we stay in base for like more than a day, we're gonna get very upset. Oh, that is, oh man. Okay, cool. Moving on. 580. That's another CBM. We get a railgun CBM. Now, guys, hold on, calm down. I know you guys are going crazy. So this isn't as good as you think. And I was actually very, very glad it's not the other firearm CBM, the fusion cannon, because that actually involves cutting off your arm. You have one arm for the run. You have a fusion cannon on one arm, that is your arm, and your other arm is free to actually, you know, do stuff. Thankfully, the railgun is not like that. It's not actually a railgun. All it is magnets in your arms, so when you throw something magnetic, you can throw it with a great deal of force. EM field generators in the user's arm increase the range and damage of thrown magnetic objects at a cost of 1 bionic power per throw, which is actually not bad. They will create a trail of electricity, wow, that can cause additional damage. Well, I was going to say, if not for the trail of electricity thing, that we could do a throwing run, but given that it leaves a trail of electricity and at night, that means everybody can see you, even for a split second. That's, oh man, I thought this would be more useful, but we can't really use it. But there you go, we have it. Now, last one, 340. Okay, interesting. You have a major digestive disorder that can cause you to vomit frequently, which has me worried. I have a feeling this will make us waste food. You have found that you can trigger your vomit reflex on demand. Now, if this works like the normal acid, which I'd imagine it would, this is actually kind of handy. But I would bet it's going to make you hungry doing it, so we have to keep an eye on it. We can't really do it if we don't have a lot of food. But it's definitely not bad. Being able to lay down a puddle of acid in a choke point and hold that choke point, it's not bad. God, they're all red. Antsy, lowers our morale if we don't explore. Feathered, 20 encumbrance in the arms. High thirst, it's high thirst. Marless rejection, which doesn't really affect us, unless we try to eat something Marless again, in which case it will probably kill us. Slow healer, obviously, and vomitus. I'm betting we lose stored calories at random when we throw up. But, what's this one? Here we go. Active, vomitus. How do we do that? So, yeah, we go here and then press the hotkey, which is A, and then I guess we pick a direction to throw up. I mean, what the hell? Oh my god. Cyberboy, what has happened to you? Alright, well, one last thing to do. Like with all runs, we get a free power storage Mark II. Thank you. Then we use the debug menu to install it. So head alloy plating, +3 cut and bash on the head. Dangerously close. How long is this taking? Whoa, okay, we installed it, good. Yeah, no we didn't. Yeah, and warmth is really, really high now. Thanks, random guy. Time to run. Just step away for a second. Moron. But yeah, that doesn't really seem like it's been installed. Yeah, it doesn't. It's not in passives. I don't know if it shows in passives, but I wonder if I cancelled it or something. Well, I mean, you can only install once, so screw it. Head alloy plating. If it says we can't install it, then we know that we've already got it installed and we'll just leave it here to burn. Yes, install. So how long is this taking to install? Right, yeah. Right. I thought these things were done instantly. Okay, no, we don't have it. Hand it over again. And for now, let's turn off the debugs, and we're just gonna have to hold on to these and install them when we get a chance, which is annoying. I'm guessing it was changed in a patch, because yeah, having that integrated tool set right now would be really, really useful. There might be a door at the back, but I don't really want to risk it. Oh, and we're over encumbered. Yeah, we are. Ha! Oh god, okay, well, that also means we can't pick anything up. That's great. That's, oh, so good. Is there no way to, like, pause the game or something? Okay, you know what, it's fine. We'll just do this. Make ourselves invisible. There we go. Now we're just gonna stand out in the street. Yeah, buddy, I know. All we're gonna do, god, this is gonna be just hell. Look at the number of dogs down there. Oh my god. All right, well, oh, we left that on the ground, didn't we? Railgun CBM. I thought we were missing something. Oh my god. All right, let's drop these for a second. And while we're doing debugging, installing this stuff, go over here, teleporting, grab this. Yes, I know. Lots of errors. Teleport again, get over here, and now install these things. Now they're invisible, we're not gonna take any damage or any more damage. I don't know why they've changed it so that you need to pass time, but do it. Attacked by zombies. You guys shouldn't be attacking me right now? What the f is happening? What the hell? Can I please just have 2 minutes to install these CBMs? Is it because we've got sensory dulling and it's automatically kind of passing the time to install it? All right, you know what? Oh, God, I cannot believe I have to do this. It's such a pain. We're supposed to be invincible, damn it. You know what? Oh my God, just screw it. Just screw it. Make me invincible as well. What I was gonna do was move around this building teleporting and look for roof access, but we'll just use invincibility. We'll stand here, we'll tank all the damage. Hopefully it doesn't affect our pain. Hopefully. Just install it. Ignore everything. Something hurt. It shouldn't. We shouldn't feel any pain. We're invincible. Okay, there's actually a lot happening right now. Oh, there's a turret. There's like a tank somewhere. Why is there a tank here? How are you still alive? Is it out of ammo? I think it's out of ammo. I thought it was out of ammo, but no, it's not. Okay. No, it's not over yet. Are we done? No? Time's still passing. Oh, are we done? Are we done? Okay, we're done. Wow. Okay. Oh my god. Let's do the next one. And the next one. And finally, the last one. Okay, so it's done. It's all done. We've got the alloy plating on the head. We've got the railgun integrated tool set with the extended tools. Oh, and actually also, we should have, yeah, 500 power, yeah. So that's ticked over as well. All right, now what we're gonna do, teleport back over to where we started and pray to God that Beagle tank isn't around here because that thing will one-shot us. Remove the debugs and done. It's, look at it. It's like nothing happened. Nothing at all happened. These zombies here, it's fine. Nothing happened. I mean, we're in minimal pain. We're hungry. We're thirsty. Yeah, not a problem. Absolutely fine. Oh my God, what a load of crap. So yeah, what a mess. What a hell of a mess. Well, this is where we're going to start. What the hell? And not to mention that Beagle tank. I mean, oh my God. As for, oh, there he is. Is he dead? Broken tank drone. I don't know how he's dead, but he is. Wow. So yeah, as for all of these zombies, I'm not going to pulp them. That's going to seem really cheaty. I'm going to leave them there. In a day or two, they'll wake up again. As for the loot, though, unfortunately, the loot just stays on the ground. So in this region, there's going to be a bunch of loot, which frankly we deserve, given that we're starting hungry and thirsty. Oh, that's not a great sign. Under operation, under operation, under operation. These never got removed because the operation was cancelled because we were hit. Well, I hope they don't do anything. God, this start has been such a mess. And also I've absolutely noticed our dodging skill has gone up while we're installing the CBMs. Zombies were attacking us. Oh my God. I'm actually half tempted to restart this run, but I don't really know what I do to have it not go exactly the same way it just did. Well, you know what, guys? I'll be right back. I'll think about it for the next week or two. And when I'm doing my own trial runs, I'll see if there's an easy way to do everything we just did. So, you know, all of this doesn't happen. Okay, and we are back. So things do indeed look a little bit different. You might notice the graphics or the resolution or the side panel looks a tiny little bit different to how it did a few minutes ago. So yeah, some things have happened since I last recorded. And firstly, I have to apologize. I'm sorry this episode is a dud, but I will explain why that is the case. So firstly, new game world. So we're not hungry or thirsty or injured or in pain or have any status effects like under operation. Basically, what happened was, after seeing that the previous start was an absolute mess, and the fact that installing CBMs via the debug bionic installation mutation now takes time, I wasn't really pleased with the start, and I was absolutely ready to be like, you know, to start over, have it not just be a complete show, and funny enough, I was actually forced to do just that. So I was experimenting, first with this character, and for those of you guys that don't know, there is a new stamina system in the game, which I'll get into the details in a second, but basically, as I said, I was experimenting, and I went to a second story building, found a fat zombie, killed it, found a standard skinny zombie, killed that, found a third zombie, another lone fat zombie, and keep in mind I was killing these 3 zombies in a row, and I literally could not kill it with a cudgel. 3 zombies in a row, fat, normal, and fat, and I could not kill it, and I thought, that's not right. I mean, I know they've changed the stamina, but that can't be right. So I made a new character with completely base stats, strength 10, then 9, 9, and 10, and I did the exact same thing. Made a cudgel, and by sheer coincidence, I encountered again a fat zombie, killed it, a skinny zombie straight after, killed it, and another fat zombie, and I literally could not kill it. I'm taking advantage of the environment around me, right? Like, you know, broken windows, these cabinets, I could not kill it. So I thought, no, there must be something wrong here. They would not have changed the stamina to this point. So I did the test again, and yet again, third time, sheer coincidence, I encountered 3 zombies again in that order, and I could not kill the last zombie. So what the hell's going on? In the most recent versions of the game, and by recent, I mean the past month and a half, I think, the stamina system has been changed so that firstly, you have, say, 50% more stamina, which is, you know, okay, fine. But the problem is, it takes at least 10 times as long to recover it. Now, that in of itself isn't really that big a deal. I find it frustrating, sure, that if you ran across the street, where the hell are we? This is not really a big city, and we do have city size 16 and spacing 0, well, whatever anyway. Say, for example, you sprint across the street, you have to wait in that house for your stamina to recover. Sprinting again to another house is a death sentence. And here is why. When your stamina reaches 0, it takes just under 10 minutes of game time for your stamina to fully recover. Now that's pretty crazy. And I did test this several times. I just smashed the ground that I was on until the stamina reached 0, and then used the wait command, which in the later versions, there would be wait until stamina recovered, and it was like 9 minutes 50 seconds. So I thought, wow, that is extreme. I don't know what they're doing to stamina, but that is a lot. But as I said, it's not game breaking. All you have to do is when you run from one house to another, assuming you have to run, you really have to wait for your stamina to recover before you leave that building and run again. Unfortunately, that isn't exactly the problem. The problem is that stamina usage in combat seems to be, I don't know, multiplied by 3, 4, maybe 5? Now add to that the fact that it takes 10 times long to recover the stamina, and by the way, with the previous versions of the game, it would take just over 2 minutes to recover stamina fully. That's how big a difference there is. And sure, just over 2 minutes is a little bit too short. Honestly, it could be 4 minutes, and that would be well balanced, but obviously 10 minutes, way too much. But as I said, the problem is that stamina usage while meleeing seems to be multiplied by at least 3, 4, maybe 5. Add to that it takes 10 minutes to recover stamina. Add to that again that the debuff for being completely out of stamina is so drastic that it basically puts your strength at 0. That's when you have like a standard strength of 10. Against a fat zombie with a cudgel, you literally cannot deal damage to it. That's where the problem comes in. You combine all those aspects and you literally cannot kill 3 zombies in a row with a decent early game weapon and using the terrain to your advantage. And after that testing, I decided, you know what? I can't. I'm not going to do it. I tried over and over again to enjoy how the stamina was, and I could not do it. I can't stand it. I know the game's an experimental, and they will likely balance based on what they want to do and based on what people are saying, so I'm sure it will change, but all the versions that have been released in the past month and a half, I'm not touching them. I'm not going to do it. So, what I did then was use the game's launcher to update the game. But considering I was going to do that, and the game's launcher for the past 2 months has been telling me, there's a new launcher, you should update the launcher as well. I did that, which caused its own problems. Guys, never update anything, ever, unless you actually have a problem with it. If it works fine, don't update it. Basically, updating the game, as I said, the latest versions still had all those issues. So I was going through the older versions in the launcher, which only goes back like a week. I didn't know that, you know, the changes had lasted that long. But using the new launcher for some reason removes everything from the game folder that shouldn't be there. Unfortunately, that includes the launcher itself, which in the previous version of the launcher wouldn't do that, even though there's an option in the launcher to say game launch directory is the same as game directory. Now, on about the 8th attempt, maybe 9th, I was getting pretty upset because I'd been doing this now for like 3 hours, downgrading versions in the launcher, downgrading versions manually, and the launcher was really freaking out. When I finally said, you know what, screw it, whatever version it's left with, I'm going to do the run like that. That's when everything went wrong. The launcher decided, you know what, all your save games, the save games that normally get backed up and moved to a different folder when you upgrade the game, for some reason, I don't know why they stay there, those saves are gone now. That includes the worlds you've generated. That also includes the config files you've made. Key bindings, the way you set up the game, all gone. Now, as you can imagine, after having spent 3 hours trying to find a version of the game that didn't have the stamina issue, I was a bit upset. So after a fair bit of cursing, realising all of my settings have gone, and bear in mind, the first time I set up Cataclysm, well actually technically the second, because the first time I tried, I never actually succeeded setting up Cataclysm, so I gave up. The second time I set up Cataclysm, it took me all weekend, doing it on and off, I guess a total of, I don't know, 3 or 4 hours, setting it up in a way that I find it comfortable to play with, like, the layout, the font size, the map being like this, so it's easy to read both for me and for people watching the videos. It took me about 3 or 4 hours over the course of a weekend. Having lost all of that, yeah, I was kind of mad, as I said, after spending like 3 hours trying to downgrade the game to a version I liked. So that's when I took a break. That's when, a month later, here I am today. After doing a lot of research online, the last version of the game that didn't have the new stamina system is version 9218. If you guys want that version, there'll be a link to it in the pinned comments below. Finding that version was an absolute... I spent another 2 or 3 hours trying to find that version. Some sites, their links didn't work. Other sites, the links did work, but you had to compile the game yourself? What? Why do you need to compile the game yourself? I don't understand. Yeah, I get you can have the source code so you can make mods to it, but why do you need to compile the game yourself? If setting the game up wasn't bad enough, you have to compile the game yourself? Anyway, I eventually found an archive that did have a compiled version of version 9218. I then set everything up again. As you'd imagine, doing all these settings took a couple of hours. Granted, this time I had a little bit more experience, but here we are, guys. New game world. Granted, everything is set up exactly the same. Character that is also set up exactly the same. And also, using an older version of the game means that now when we use the debug Bionic installation and we install CBMs, it is actually instant. Thank God. I really hope this gets put back the way it was when they get back to a stable version. Look at that, instant. No passage of time. Now we can undo that, and done. The character is now set up exactly as it was first time round. And you know what might actually be a better idea? Instead of having to bother with this screen at all, on the character creation screen, just have every single mutation that exists in the game so you can choose them there and then. So that way if you want to start as a fully mutated bird, chimera, or whatever final version of the mutation tree you want to be, you can do that before you even get into the game. And on top of that, add a new screen where it includes every single item in the game so you can start with whatever item you want. So in that character creation screen, you could literally create almost like a new profession. Start with the clothing that you want, start with the weapons that you want, start with the CBMs that you want and have them be installed or not. That would be absolutely amazing. But guys, as I said, I'm really sorry this episode is a dud. Most of me was either talking about things that we rolled, complaining about things not working properly, or complaining that I had to go back and fix things. But guys, don't worry, next episode, Cyberboy here will finally have his run. And what does the map look like? Do we have a doctor's office? No. And there is no hospital in range either, is there? No. Well, that's not great. Fungal? Nope. As for ants, triffids, stuff like that, I don't really care. But yeah, there's no hospital in range. That's not great. I mean, if we can get to that office tower and go to the top floor and look out the window, maybe we can see a bit further. But yeah, there's a lot of forest around here for a max size city and minimum spacing. But still, the forest is kind of narrow in every direction. And yes, guys, I checked. These faulty bionics, to uninstall them. This was part of the testing that I did. And yes, I was right. I believe the max amount of damage you take when failing an uninstall of a CBM is approximately 85, maybe 86. And with our health being at, what, like 76, I think? Or 74? That gives us around a 10% chance, maybe 15% chance to die when we fail a CBM. Otherwise, we'll just take a random amount of damage. So yeah, uninstalling CBMs is going to be dangerous. But increasing our first aid to 5, computing to 5, and electronics to 5 will decrease our fail chance from an average of 95% right now down to around 50%. So if we can get those stats to 5, we'll have a 50-50 chance of successfully removing a CBM, and if we fail, we'll have about a 10 to 15% chance of dying outright. And of course, that's taken into account that we have an intelligence of 10. Increasing that would increase success chance even more. And the silent killer here is going to be Leaky Bionic. This perk is going to slowly degrade our health stat to the point where we stop healing when we go to sleep. I don't know if that will happen before the end of the 2 seasons that we have to beat, before the 1st of spring, but that's the main Bionic we need to remove. So guys, thank you very much for watching. And again, I apologise, this episode has been an absolute dud. Next episode episode, we're going to start proper, but if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to close the range that like button, type in down the machine in the comments below, and let anybody else know if they'd enjoyed the video as well. It really helps out the channel, and I'll see you guys back next time for more impossible random Mega City Cataclysm runs. And you, talk, do anything for you, tell me about it, I'll do it, share items, persuade, we get a wristwatch, which we already have a wristwatch. Oh well.